Hi, my dear friends. Today is the seventh episode of the Richa Chaturvedi Talk show. And today we have Iti Chaturvedi Pandey, the relationship coach. And though we are siblings and been brought up in the same household, we carry our own voices, our own aura. And believe me, through the growing up years, we all have a different metal altogether when we were growing up. Okay, so over to you, Iti Chaturvedi. Hi, how are you, Iti?
Hi, I'm really good. Thank you for calling up and thank you for setting this up. We really needed this.
Mhm. And it's actually 5 in the morning when we are actually having this conversation because of our
Yes.
busy schedules. We are too busy and tied up that we are not getting a time to catch up also. So we decided that we'll catch up in the morning when we both are in good deep sleep, but then we had to get up and get going with this particular chapter of the Richa Chaturvedi talk show. Thank you so much, Iti. Thank you for
No
making that time
problem.
out.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me though. Yeah.
Okay, okay, Iti, tell me one thing. Who are you? Because my tribe will want to know you better. So, who are you? What do you do? And what kind of experience do you carry with yourself?
Okay, so I'm a certified relationship coach by passion and I'm also a senior HR professional with a MNC. Uh, I carry almost a decade's experience in this relationship coaching and into my profession as well. Um, it's been, I think, a decade now that I've been coaching people. I've been mentoring people around the relationships. In our society, the stigma is that, when two people come together, and this is actually a human related psychology, that when two people come and connect, they tend to look at the personality first and then later on to the human touch. uh, we here urge and encourage people to connect with the soul directly rather than connecting with the personality first. So this is our main agenda. This is the main agenda of ace your relationship, that you need to connect with the person first rather than going through the various things in the bucket, like the stature or the personality or how many six pack abs they have or not have, or how pretty the girl is, all that. And be it this or be it
And what about the tires?
yeah, about the about so many things actually. And be it this relationship or be it your child parenting relationship, be it your friends relationship, we tend to teach our clients that every relationship has that line of trust and has that line of expectations and line of mutual coordination and communication. So this is what we teach through our programs, with which they tend to learn about their various relationship styles as well, and they tend to know what kind of a love language they have, and then they proceed ahead and understand what is the other person's love language, and then come to a common conclusion if they want to sustain a relationship. That's how it is. Yeah.
All right, that was amazing, Iti. And actually, that makes a lot of difference because you see, these days, humans have actually forgotten the art of being human. Okay,
Yes.
they are somewhere lost in the materialistic world. They are lost in their own concrete jungles, but they have actually lost their identities altogether. So you get them back with the love language. I help them to recognize their demons inside them.
Yes.
Right, right. But actually, we all are working in a similar, on a similar, I would say, on a similar platform. We are working in the same direction, wherein we are trying to make people know who they are and who the other person is, right?
Correct.
So yes, so that is the most important aspect of our lives today is. And you being an HR professional, I being a teacher, we are having this side help. Actually, I would not call it as a hustle
Yes.
because we are not running as a business. We are running as a help, a side help actually.
I think this is something which is inculcated in us, in ourselves from the very beginning.
Yeah, I
And there
think
are
it's
very few people who are bestowed and who are blessed with these kind of gifts from the
hmm,
universe.
yeah.
And those who recognize this
Hmm,
and carry out on a or work on their path to help
yeah.
the society, I think that's great, and
And
that's
I think we are,
something.
yeah, and I think
Yes,
we've
we
got
are on the same path. Yes.
yeah, we have got the same fodder to feed.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
certainly.
believe me, like you work on the relationships and I work with the women. It's the it's most important is the relationship what you share with yourself, being a woman or a
That's
man,
correct.
irrespective of the gender. It's the relationship what you share within yourself first, and then with the other people in the community, in your
That's correct.
vicinity. Yeah,
That's
and
correct.
I think we both have been brought up in a household wherein we have seen beautiful bonds around us and women of power, whether
That's
they are
correct.
having their careers or not, but they were the women of the power, and gut and grit and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. But now tell me one thing, Iti. Being into this profession, what challenges have you faced while you were becoming an empowered woman altogether? Since this series focuses on your journey as an empowered woman. Okay, so what challenges did you face when you were actually coming up with your own, when you were trying to find your own relationship within yourself with your own soul?
I think the challenge with me as a working woman was the time first. I was running day in and day out and wasn't able to find that time for myself to sit down and to understand that what I exactly want. However, there was something back in my mind that was going on for quite some time, but to execute that and to bring it to the action, that was taking a lot of time. And hence this hustle with time was the thing that was you know pricking in my head a lot. That was one. Second, my own physical statures and my own physical limitations were there, because I didn't understood that my physical could actually lower down my energies so much that by the end of the day, I'll just feel that I should go sleep and don't take this up seriously. But then slowly, steadily, I understood that you need to work on all aspects rather than just one aspect. You can't be just running around 9 to 5 and just doing your job. You need to give back to the society also. And if you have that, if you have that knack of understanding people, then why not? Sometimes you also feel that your corporate or your family are not supporting in that forte, because that's not yielding you in the few months or so, in the few run of the business, in a year's time or so. uh, they might think that what exactly are you doing that's not yielding you, there's no ROI. uh, but then slowly and steadily they'll also understand when you're persistent in your own way, in your own career, and you understand that, and when where there is a overall development happening. So for example, when I say physical limitations, when I started to work on my own self with respect to my exercise, to my meditations, then I understood, I connected within myself a lot. It helped me as a person, and it helped me as a it helped me in my physical body structures, and it made me more confident that ways. That was one. Time, I understood that this is what I have in my bucket. I need to utilize it from this. Now how do I use it? That's up to me. So I get up early now. I get up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. and give 20 minutes to each of my activities, then jumping onto my work area, sitting with my family for some time, then jumping again to my work area, that way. So you know how to divide your time. And at the end of the day, you're equally tired. uh, and you might feel at that point of time that I need to go back and sleep. But uh, there is this thought that will pop up in your mind when you go back to your bed, that what's next. And that's when you have to get up and understand that next morning 4 a.m. I have to be there. I have to do my all rituals and get going. So I think
Amazing.
challenges, if you say so, I had it for my own limitations were there. uh, and uh, and when you're persistent in your job, when you're persistent for your own dreams, everybody else will understand. That's how it is.
Amazing, Iti. I think you have actually touched the right chords. I was going through this one TED talk a couple of days back because there is this wellness session in my school as well. I'm conducting it for the students today only. So I was doing my research, and when I was doing my research, I came across this TED talk. This was with Tim Tamashiro, and
Okay.
yeah, and this guy said that, and it was an ikigai. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this guy said that for your life purpose, which you have identified, your ikigai, right, which you have identified with, um, you have to make out the time. So even if you're having a job like 9 to 5, okay, like mine is 8 to 4, right? You only have to figure out the time. So early morning 5 to 9 and in the evening 5 to 9 is your time for ikigai. And if you're
Exactly.
pursuing, it, you have got two big chunks out there, which you possibly be wasting around binging and whatnot, right? But
Yes.
then that's your time for. And actually when people around you, of course, uh, family is there to support, community is there to support, but at one point of time when you start your journey, it is your own battle. People
And that's
support
why
you.
we say relationship with yourself first.
Yes, yes,
That's the
yes.
thing.
It's your own battle. When you start off, you are all alone.
Yes.
You start off, and basically you are all alone in terms of your soul as well, because you're fighting with your own soul at that point of time. You're fighting inside. And around those scenarios, when you start working on your side hustle or side help, or whatever your life purpose is, which is worth getting up in the morning tomorrow 4 a.m. as well, you actually need to invest yourself heavily. So
Yes.
from a disintegrated uh, system, you become integrate yourself, and then you invest yourself. It's a huge process,
Correct.
and actually it takes years
Yes.
before it starts
Yes.
yielding you,
Yeah.
right? So, and sometimes ROI is not the perspective, it is more of ROS, return on satisfaction.
That's
that
correct.
is
That's
that
correct.
is what more important.
That's what feeds you in the early years more.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. The kind of, and despite of you being drained out in the evening, you not being able to get up and say, okay, now I'm done with the day. Despite of all this, you're still having that kind of a satisfaction and that smile on your face. Okay, I lived up to the day today,
That's
right?
correct. That's
that's
correct.
that's what we are looking forward to: more contentment, more satisfaction, more happiness. This is what we are looking forward to, and this is what we are ikigai is. That what This is what the purpose, and this is what actually people need around you. Yeah. Okay, Deep. Now these were your
That's correct.
challenges, and I think to some extent you told me about how you actually met with these challenges as well. So what were your strengths? But still I would ask this question in order to juice out some more juices from you.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were your strengths? Of course you were persistent, you were able, there was some gut and grit working behind you. What else? बेसिकली नींबू मसाला क्या था वो बताओ, और ये तो इंग्रेडिएंट थे.
Yes, yes. I think being persistent is one, having that grit is another thing. Most important thing is that when you know deep inside yourself that you have something to give it to the universe back, and if you're not converting that uh, into into the action, then that is something where a lot of people lack into.
Mm. And
And that was
I,
my strength, where I
yeah,
understood. I'm so sorry.
yeah.
You were
I
saying
would like,
something.
yeah, I got a point there. I want to add it there. When you said that you have got a lot of energies around you and the energy is working towards your life purpose, but if you try to hold them and not work on them, don't take any action, actually you're carrying that energy inside you. So like
That's
the
correct.
dam carries the water in the reservoir. After some time, if it also has to release the water now and then for the current to flow. Okay,
That's
otherwise
correct.
that will be a stagnant water. So if you're holding that current inside you, that current will actually work in a negative direction than in the positive direction, because you're not doing anything positive out of it.
That's
So
correct. That's
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Even like in
Hmm.
relationship, we say this thing that your mental tank needs to be filled in first, right? If your mental tank is empty, you can't give back to the people, right? Even in your relationship, you can't give back. So you need to first establish a relationship with yourself, understand yourself more, and then if you know that, and you get to know, I'll rather with your talk show, I'll put this forward to the youth out there, that you get to know about your strengths and weaknesses in the very early years of your life, when you start recognizing yourself, and when you're in your teens, and you tend to so for me, when I was in my teens, my friends used to come to me for a solution. I was kind of an agony aunt for them. you know in my college days, even I don't know
There used to
anyone
be
out there.
there
Yeah,
used to be
and then a lot
detailed
of people.
sessions in washrooms.
Yeah, I know. And there were so many detailed sessions and washrooms, and I was like an agony aunt, and somehow I helped them in those relationships. And then, when and then you tend to know that, where you tend to drive your energies. So fortunately, unfortunately, if you say that, in our country we don't have such educations related to the relationship coaching or life coaching. You have to go out and take out all the certifications, right? But you don't have that degrees and diplomas and all those things in our country. And uh, then whatever that resonates much more, you find that. So I found HR much more resonable at that point in time, and that's why I took that. And that took me, and that made me understand the corporate culture more, the dynamics of the people out there. And then, slowly and steadily, when you mature more, you understand that there's deep down inside, that you were doing in the teens, you wanted to do now. And that's what makes you get going then. And then when you then when you convert your dreams into actions, that's where your main strength lies into. There may be days where you don't sleep. There may be days where you have a lot of corporate work, you have a lot of meetings, a lot of travel happening. But then as I said, when you get down for sleep, you know that what's next.
Hmm.
And that's when you get up in the morning again to
Hmm.
work for your dreams again. That's where your
Amazing.
strength lies.
Amazing. Okay. Iti, we'll quickly wrap up because I know it's early morning and believe me, मेरे घर पे तो सारे जाग गए हैं. ठीक है? I suppose the same thing is happening with you as well. Okay, tell me one thing. Just a final word for the tribe, for the women out there. What would you suggest?
My only thing is this, if and your word says empowered woman, empowered tribe, if you say, you know, my idea of being empowered is that you just need to be equal. You need to understand your rights.
Hmm.
Uh, you don't have to. I'm not saying that go out and work, and if you're okay and happy in your own space,
Hmm.
working towards
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
home, then that's great. But
Okay.
you need to be empowered. That's the main thing, that you need to be empowered. You need to know your rights. You need to be equal. you need to understand that, you need to understand. Yeah.
There's an empowered woman calling you.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah. So you need to understand that, man or woman or any other sections of the society, they all needs to be treated equally,
Hmm.
and most importantly, uplifted.
Hmm. Uplifted.
Right?
Yes.
Don't demean anybody else, right? Just because you feel that you're empowered.
Yes, that's true. The
That's the main
equality,
thing.
yeah, equality is what we are
Equality.
looking forward to. Yes.
Yes.
Being equal is the need of the hour. We
That's
are not
correct.
above the other gender, and but we are not below the other gender as well. We hold equal potentials and capacities, yet yet we give that respect and love to each other, and that is what the most important aspect is. All right, on that note, I think we should wrap up today's
Yes.
episode. Thank you so much, Iti, for making out that time, and that too that early in the morning. It's even the sun is not out as yet, but thank you so much for making that time. And as usual, you were amazing. Amazing. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye.